everyone and welcome back to the Benchwarmers podcast. As usual, I'm joined by my co-host Josh Sykes.
Good to be here, Gab.
Indeed it is. And we're going to be getting straight into this. Of course, it's been a busy week of football. Premier League and Championship has returned. We talked about that last week.
FA Cup's returned as well.
And FA Cup. And of course, we have the special episode out with Richard Borjak, which you can find in the description down below as well. It's on our channel. It was quite a good interview we did. It was a chief scout of Boston United. You can look into it. It's quite a good insight into what goes on in football. We're going to get straight into this, talk about the Championship results, and we're doing predictions for Championship. We're not, are we? I've got the fixture, so I'm not going to do predictions, we can do results. Yeah.
If we do predictions, they'll be on here. Yeah,
we'll go with that. But starting off then, we did Brentford versus West Bromwich Albion, which I predicted would be a 1-0 victory for West Brom. Josh predicted 1-0 to Brentford, and he was correct. It was an Ollie Watkins goal.
Hey!
Which is very unusual for Josh. He never gets any predictions right.
Yeah, I'm shocking.
Preston versus Cardiff, I predicted 1-0 Cardiff. Cardiff actually came out, Josh predicted 2-1 Cardiff, but Cardiff came out 3-1 victors. Swansea versus Luton, Swansea were definitely favourites this one. I predicted 3-0 Swansea, Josh predicted 2-0 Swansea, but Luton came out for 1-0 victory. Of course, a massive fight after that game as well, leading to Jordan Garrick being sent off. Barnsley versus Millwall, we both predicted 1-0 Millwall, however, Millwall couldn't find the break for deadlock, finished 0-0. Nothing much really to say about that. Derby versus Reading, I predicted 2-0 Derby, Josh predicted 1-0, and it finished 2-1 to Derby, so we kind of need to work together there a bit. Stoke versus Middlesbrough, of course, a bit of a derby there. I predicted 1-0 Stoke, Josh predicted 0-0, actually finished 2-0 Middlesbrough, Neil Warnock's first victory as manager of the club. Birmingham versus Hull City, we both predicted 1-0 to Birmingham, however it did finish 3-3, so we were completely off with that.
Just a bit.
Wigan versus Blackburn, I predicted 2-0 Blackburn, Josh predicted 3-0 Blackburn. Again, miles off, Wigan came out 2-0 victory. God knows how we managed that. We actually both got Charlton versus QPR right, we both predicted 1-0 and it actually finished 1-0.
Jesus Christ.
Bit of a derby, that has never happened before, but actually no, it happened with the German one, didn't it?
No, I think you just got that one.
Ah.
If you want to know what happened with the German one, then just watch like 2 episodes ago and it'll tell you.
Yeah, probably. Bristol City versus Sheffield Wednesday, I predicted 1-0, Josh predicted 1-0, it finished 2-1 to Sheffield Wednesday. And the biggest result of the weekend, which we are best pleased with, Nottingham Forest versus Huddersfield Town. I predicted 4-0 Nottingham Forest. It was very close. Josh predicted 1-0 Huddersfield. What score did it finish?
I'm off, lads, to see you, boys!
3-1 Forest. We absolutely loved it on Snapchat, going mental. But do you want to talk to us about the game?
Not particularly. It's a good job we did the live reaction thing. I think I'd have just turned it off.
Yeah, we were going to do a live reaction at one point, but we decided not to in the end.
But no, what can I say? It was I wouldn't say it was a bad game of football from Huddersfield's point of view. I think the first half we came out fighting, it was good. They managed to clinch a goal, I think it was Graben.
Yeah, Lewis Graben, yeah. Good finish.
It was a really good finish, lovely cross in, and then just follows at the far post. I think Andy King was at fault, he kind of completely misjudged the header. The second goal, about a minute into the second half, passed through to Graben again, who slots it past Jonas Lozil. And then later in the second half, 3-0 down then, Bakuna, petulant, gets sent off after referee, he doesn't blow his whistle, but there's a foul, linesman flags, doesn't blow his whistle, knocks for his player, carries on down the wing, Bakuna just unnecessarily slides in, takes him out from behind, straight red.
It were a red, yeah. Studs up right in his heel. Could have caused some damage with that.
Yeah, it's one of those injuries that could just keels, calf, whatever. And then we do get a penalty in the 94th
Which was
minute.
Never a penalty, can I just say. No way was that a penalty.
I'm just going to say I turned it off after 3, not after Bakuna. So I didn't actually see the penalty.
He was nowhere near the ball, he pushed him off the ball admittedly, but the ball was behind him, we were never going to get it. It was a weird decision.
I know Grant dispatched it into the bottom left corner.
It wasn't a very good. Have you seen the penalty?
I've watched the penalty.
Oh, it wasn't a very good penalty, in my opinion, anyway.
Well, I mean, keeper stood still.
Better keeper, but yeah, not good for Town certainly. Do you think they'll go down?
I want to say no. I really want to say no. We're in the relegation zone on goal difference. Do I think we will go down? Do I think we'll go down? Honestly, I think we've got more of a chance of going down than we have staying up.
The way I've seen it right now, I think Hull, admittedly, you lot can't win. You can't beat Wigan, you can't beat Forest. Forest are a good team, but Wigan, they're not brilliant at the end of the day. I think right now with Hull, they haven't won since the new year, obviously. They did get a good draw against 3-0 against Birmingham, but they were 2-0 up. They managed to bottle it. Things are going wrong at that club right now in terms of the owner. I forgot his first name, but it's Sumit Alam. And I know they've had a lot of problems with the media. He's banned the the Hull City newspaper, whatever they're called, from actually going to games because he's got that bad of a relationship with them. Things are going wrong there, definitely. And I think right now is more going wrong off the pitch at Hull than there is Huddersfield. So do you blame Danny Cowley for this, or
No, not at all.
you feel it's the players?
I don't even think it's the players. I'm blaming it on Jan Sievert, if I'm honest. And I know it seems like quite just an easy target, but it's proved that it was a horrible appointment.
Yeah.
With the fact that this week he's been appointed head of academy at Mainz.
Yeah.
From Premier League and Championship manager to head of academy at a lower league, at a lower level Bundesliga club. It's a downfall, and it just shows how much of a horrendous appointment he actually was. In the first 8 games, we picked up 1 point. He was sacked. Cowleys have come in, and I think they've averaged 1.31 points per game, which if they'd have been in since the start of the season, maintaining that record, we'd currently be on 48 points and in 17th place.
Yeah, I feel like when you were, well, this was last season obviously, but when Huddersfield were, it was inevitable in the day that they were going to go down. I feel like when he was appointed, you needed a Neil Ward at the time manager, even a Tony Pulis, someone who knows what they're doing down at the level, Sam Allardyce, who can get him out of that situation. Admittedly, some of those managers probably wouldn't go to town, definitely not at a point.
Well, Sam Allardyce turned it down.
Oh, did it? Oh, exactly. So at the end of the day, they needed an experienced relegation threatened manager who knows what he's doing, but they went with obviously Sievert, who turned out to be a terrible appointment. And it's come back to bite them, really.
Yeah, no, but I wouldn't
go down.
I know, but I wouldn't even say that appointing Sievert was like it was a horrific appointment. But I wouldn't say at the time we appointed him in the Premier League there was no manager that could have got us out of safety. We needed a manager who could have given us the confidence at the end of the season to carry that through into the next season. But Sievert came in. We did horrendously back in the Premier League. Got relegated. Been labelled one of the worst Premier League teams there ever has been. Even worse than the Derby's record low 11-point season. And then in the second, then he was back in the Championship, he didn't get the players fit. They were about 75% fitness.
Yeah.
So for the first 8 games, they were just lacking. Cowleys came in. They had to then, halfway through the season, get the fitness levels up and then implement their style of play. So that's another 5-6 weeks, another 5-6 games of not having a proper style of play because he's trying to get the fitness up.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like if Huddersfield were to go down as well, they'd probably go, like, I'm a Bradford fan, but I'm going to admit Huddersfield will probably be up there with Sunderland as one of the biggest clubs in the league, without a doubt.
100%.
I think if they do back the Cowleys, I couldn't even name who's in, is it Hodgkinson who's in charge?
Phil Hodgkinson,
yeah. I think if he backed the Cowleys to do his job, I think Huddersfield would bounce straight back. They'd be back in the Championship without a doubt.
He has to back the Cowleys. I can't understand. It's like today I was reading on social media, on Twitter, and there's rumours going around that Danny Cowley has 1 game to save his job, which will be against Birmingham midweek.
Yeah.
Those rumours have since been proven false within a matter of hours of them coming out, not by the club, but by reporters and things close to the club. However, if those rumours did turn out to be true, then it's not Cowleys that need to be out, it's Hodgkinson. You can't sack a manager for us being at the point we're at when it was not his fault where we're at. We're in the relegation zone, yes. We're there by goal difference. It's not like we're 12 points adrift and 100% going down. We've got a lot to fight for. Cowleys came out of the weekend and said, over my dead body are we getting relegated? I trust Danny Cowley. I really do.
It's a big statement because that could, well, obviously he's not going to die because of it, but at the end of the day, I think that was Cowley's first ever time he lost 3 games in a row. Is that right?
I have no idea.
I think he said it on Sky. It's the first time he's ever lost 3 games in a row. It shows the amount of quality that those managers have got. Obviously, the managers at Braintree Town, Lincoln City, they've come to Huddersfield, a big club. Obviously, they've got a good support. I will admit that. I think if they can use their full capabilities next season, obviously before they left Lincoln were up there. Second they left Lincoln dropped down the table and finished lower mid-table, I think it was. But it just shows that it is their effect. They can do this for the team, and if backed, Huddersfield, they will be back in the Championship before we know it.
100%.
Depends on Hull as well, I guess.
Yeah.
What goes on at that club. But moving on to the Premier League then, obviously big weeks happened. Well, we're going to get into it after this, but Liverpool crowned champions, of course, after Chelsea defeated Man City. Yeah, Man City, yeah.
But we'll get on to that. So these fixtures are taken from last week. The weekend just been, there was only 2 Premier League fixtures. That was Southampton, Watford and someone else. But we'll talk to that a bit later on.
Yeah.
But starting with obviously last week's, the first game of the last week's fixtures was Leicester-Brighton. So I predicted 2-1 Leicester. You predicted 2-0 Leicester. It finished 0-0.
Yeah.
I can say for certain it was a horrific game of football. Jamie Vardy did not get the service to be able to put one away. His goals are definitely lacking at the minute. He needs to find that confidence and just be able to get his run back up, because as things stand, he's only 1 point ahead of Danny Ings in the Golden Boot race.
Which doesn't sound, it sounds quite bad to be honest, but Danny Ings had a good season.
100%.
To be fair to him.
So the next game was Tottenham v West Ham. I predicted 1-0 Tottenham. You predicted 2-0 Tottenham. The actual result, 2-0 Tottenham. Well done, Gab.
Knew what I'm doing. Knew it completely.
Yeah, Mourinho got Tottenham firing after lockdown now. I think it's their first win. But yeah, no, a good result for Tottenham against a struggling West Ham side under David Moyes.
Yeah, I just can't see where the next win's going to come for West Ham at this rate. I think with Tottenham, obviously, though, they've got the players who could easily beat a West Ham United team. For the two London sides, which obviously are rivals, Tottenham and Arsenal are levels ahead of West Ham right now, and that's the level that West Ham should be aspiring to get at.
100%. I mean, West Ham are in danger of going down. And they're such a big side.
Compared to the likes of, I mean, not to be awful here, but Bournemouth and Norwich, not as big as West Ham United. Not Norwich? Norwich? Oh god. Norwich and Bournemouth, yeah, going down. Not as big a team as West Ham, to be completely honest. I mean, the stadium shows that. At that level, West Ham should absolutely smash it in the Championship, but hopefully they don't go down.
So the next game is Norwich against Everton.
Norwich? I've never heard anyone pronounce it Norwich.
How? That is
Norwich.
how it's spelled. Norwich.
There's a W in it.
Silent.
Norwich, yeah, no, Norwich.
Norwich.
Right.
we're not in English, Gav.
Alright.
Right. So this game was Norwich, Everton. I predicted 2-0 Everton. You predicted 1-0 Everton. It finished 1-0 Everton. Well done again,
come
Gav.
on there.
That's 2 you've got right. But no, Norwich. I didn't watch the game, but from watching their FA Cup game at the weekend,
It was woeful. It was dire, that game. Me and the Man United were the worst part of that FA Cup game, though.
oh well, yeah, they were diabolical. But no, I mean Norwich. We all know they're going down.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. They've just got to try and pull through and have and just finish respectively. If I'm honest.
They have got decent players at the end of the day, like Todd Cantwell, obviously Jamal Lewis and Max Aarons.
I don't get that Todd Cantwell.
Do you not like him?
Every time I see him play, he plays some horrific passes.
There was that through. Oh, was it against Man United when he could have played it through, but his pass were wayward. He went too much on it.
Yeah, but no. Every time I see him play, he plays some horrific passes, and yet comes away with man of the match. I don't get how his movement is all right, but it's not world class like everyone seems to be putting him as being. Like he could play for a top 6 side. Could he else like?
I think there's potential in him, but right now, and I don't want to be awful to him because obviously he's a young lad, but for me his attitude isn't in the right place. He's very, what's the word? Not overconfident, but he's very big-headed. Big-headed, that's the word. He just needs to, right now, and not being funny, he's playing at the bottom place of the Premier League. Whilst he's been one of the better players in that side, if he wants to be getting a big move, he does need to improve his attitude, in my opinion anyway.
Definitely. So the next game was Wolves-Bournemouth. I predicted 3-1 Wolves. You predicted 3-0 Wolves. It finished 1-0 Wolves.
Not as high score as I thought it would be.
No, quite a long way off. Bournemouth held their own. Wolves just couldn't find the back of the net, but eventually did. I can't tell you who scored it because I'm not actually on a website that tells me. Gabby's probably hopefully going to Google it. Well, I'm telling him to Google it. Whether he will. So the next game was Manchester United, Sheffield United. Who scored for Wolves?
It was Raul Jimenez.
But I was going to say Jimenez because it's just like the obvious one, isn't it?
Yeah, assisted by Adama Traore.
Yeah, again, doesn't surprise me.
No.
So the next game obviously was Manchester United, Sheffield United. So we both predicted Sheffield United to win. I predicted 1-0 Sheffield United. You predicted 2-0 Sheffield United. It finished 3-0 Man U.
Yeah, I mean that result surprised me. I think the most out of the weekend.
Yeah, it surprised me, but Man U played really well.
Yeah. Was that after the Norwich game? Or before?
After?
After, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure about
after
after.
the FA Cup game.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was before the FA
Oh,
Cup.
okay, alright, never mind.
No, but no, Man U played really well. They played probably their strongest team. Martial with a hat trick.
Yeah.
It's his first career hat trick, and it is the first Manchester United hat trick since Robin van Persie in 2013.
I mean, it says a lot about that club right now, doesn't it?
7 years. You'd expect him to get 2 hat-tricks a season, not wait 7 bloody years.
Martial is the type of player who's been getting a lot of stick, I feel like, because obviously you look at the other number 9s in the league, even Tammy Abrams doing better than him right now at Chelsea. But Martial, I feel like he needed this hat-trick for his confidence, and I feel like he could really start playing to the best of his abilities.
Hopefully.
Now that he's actually getting more confidence in.
I mean, he's got to hope that he can, because Manchester United will be looking for a centre forward in the summer. And
Yeah, definitely.
Because he needs to start proving himself that he can play that position regularly and can produce results in that position. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah.
So the next result was Newcastle Aston Villa. Now I predicted 0-0. You predicted 1-0 Newcastle. It finished 1-1. So I'm taking credit for that one. Just saying. But it was.
I didn't watch the game, so I couldn't tell you.
Neither do I, but I'm guessing 1-1. Pretty boring game of football. Anyway, let's move on.
We've got no idea.
So the next game was Liverpool Crystal Palace. We both predicted 3-0 Liverpool. It finished 4-0 Liverpool. Another outstanding performance from Liverpool.
Best team in the league.
By a long way, if I'm honest. And this geared up perfectly for them winning the league, which again we'll go on to in a bit. Next was Burnley-Watford. I predicted 0-0. You predicted 1-0 Burnley. And Gav, this is your third and final correct result.
It's in there. Probably the most boring game of football. I'd imagine so. I didn't watch it.
No, I didn't watch it.
Burnley-Watford only 1-0. It doesn't sound too electrifying, unfortunately.
I couldn't really see anyone getting higher than that.
No.
I mean, this did one. It was never going to be a thriller, was it?
No.
So next we had Southampton Arsenal. Well, we both said Arsenal. We both said Southampton would win. I said 1-0. You said 3-0.
Damn it.
Yeah, Arsenal won 2-0.
Oh god.
So yeah, that prediction went out the window.
Probably needed to be fair for Arteta because he's not had a great start
Definitely.
to management.
It's not even like they played that well in the FA Cup either. And the last game which gave Liverpool the title was Chelsea-Manchester City. We both predicted Man City wins. I predicted 3-0. You predicted 2-1. If you'd have flipped the results round, Gav, you'd have got it right. It was 2-1 Chelsea. So that game was Christian Pulisic scored Chelsea's first goal.
Good goal as well, to be fair.
It was a complete farce at the back between Gundogan and Mendy. It was though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And then you just Pulisic, he's never going to be beaten by pace.
No.
And then just slots a view past Edison. De Bruyne tips up with an unstoppable free kick.
Yeah, reviewer.
I forgot to mention, Trent scored a brilliant free kick as well
Yeah,
in
he
the
did,
Crystal Palace game. But no, De Bruyne was better, if I'm honest. He was an outstanding free kick. And then, I don't even know who tipped up with the other one.
I'd tell you, but my finger's completely froze. It was Willian with a penalty.
William with a penalty. So yeah, that penalty sealed celebrations from Liverpool all around.
Yeah, in terms of the actual game, I've got the stats up here, and it looks, from an outside perspective, still is. It looks like Man City actually dominated, having 65% of possession, 11 shots. To be fair, compared to Chelsea's 15, but yeah, Man City had better pass success, better shots, more shots on target. For me, it looks like Man City were unlucky not to come for a result. I didn't actually watch the game, though, so I could be wrong. Did you watch the game?
No, I ended up going on with PS4. But I watched part of the game. I did watch part of the game, and I did watch the goals. So
yeah, that's all I'll say.
So anyway, leave your reactions to our predictions in the comments below. Let us know how you felt, how dreadful we did. You know, we love slating teams.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've got quite a few people in the podcast now because we've slated a few people, but yeah.
Oh well, you just let us know in the comments how you think we did.
So the Premier League season has officially been decided, and of course, champions are Liverpool. So congratulations to Liverpool.
I can't stop laughing at
Yeah,
that.
right. Oh, terrible. Yeah, congratulations to Liverpool. Of course, you got his clap. Obviously, deserved winners. Total clap. Deserved winners at the end of the day. 23 points clear, I think it was. 22 points clear. Manchester City in second place. Well, they're 23 on my thing.
Oh, we've gone 23 as well.
23 points clear at the top of the league then. But yeah, we're going to do a bit of a segment now talking about how great their club is.
Yay. So, obviously, Liverpool are 23 points clear at the top of the table. 28 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. Obviously, I can't really see them lose another game towards the end of this season, which therefore means that Watford cost them a gold trophy.
What a club, can I just say. But yeah, Liverpool, they've been fantastic all season. We've just got some stats up. The record has been 28 wins, 2 draws, and 1 victory, resulting in 86 points. How many was points you told me the maximum they can get?
They can reach 107 Premier League points should they win every single game from now to the end of the season, which will put them 7 points more than the current Premier League record Manchester City set in 17-18. Not the year 17-18, the season.
I thought you were the season
The season 2017 to 2018, where they set 100 points, and they've got that against Southampton with Gabriel Jesus tipping it with a late winner. But yeah, can I see Liverpool doing that? Yes, I can. But obviously, we are gonna go and have a little look at Liverpool's journey so far.
Yep.
So I've got Jurgen Klopp's first Premier League 11 up.
What, since the
No, it was when he took over.
Oh, okay.
This is his first Premier League 11.
Do you want us to get the current 11 up? Have you got now?
I can do that off the top of my head.
Okay, alright.
Right, so the first Premier League 11 Jurgen Klopp had was a 4-2-3-1 formation, and it went as follows: Mignolet in goal, Moreno at left back,
Oh god.
Sacco and Skirtle as centre backs, with Nathaniel Klein at right back, Emre Can and Lucas as the holding midfielders, Milner left wing,
What a man.
Lallana right wing, Coutinho attacking midfield, Divock Origi up front. So out of that, there are 2 players who remain first team on the team sheet, as in like substitutes, potentially starting players, and 1 who's an injury-prone player who probably should leave Liverpool. So they obviously Origi and Milner, and the one that should probably leave Liverpool is Adam Lallana.
Nathaniel Klein, he's also contracted to the club, but he just doesn't play, does he?
No, he's at Bournemouth, I think.
Oh, yeah, he's on loan, Bournemouth.
Yeah.
However, though, if you do look at that team, I think it's fair to say the only player who's not currently at the club is like you might maybe see get into the team, could possibly Coutinho, but then again, he was linked with lesser a decent club. But
Newcastle.
yeah, linked with those sort of teams. So you wouldn't even say he gets that team now, because you look at that team, look at the current team, which.
Do you want to look at the bench as well?
Yeah, sure.
Bogdan.
Who? Who's that?
Dan Bogdan.
Never heard.
Colo Torre.
Oh,
Teixeira.
Texera.
Yeah, that one.
Norwich.
Sinclair.
Who?
I think it's Scott Sinclair.
No idea.
I'm going to say Joe Allen, maybe. It's got an Allen.
Yeah, I think with Joe Allen plus Stoke now.
Jordan Ibe. And Randall.
Who's Randall? I don't know who Randall is. But it just shows the difference, basically. What we're trying to say, the difference between the team then and the team now, it has improved so much. The team which took to Crystal Palace anyway was Alisson in net, right back Trent Alexander-Arnold, left back Andrew Robertson, centre backs Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk, free midfield Jordan Henderson, Fabinho and Gini Wijnaldum, and the three up front was, of course, Mo Salah, Sadio Mane and Roberto Firmino, which...
You look at that team, there's not a single player in that starting 11 that featured in Jurgen Klopp's first game.
It just shows that to make a good team, it takes time. You've got to do all the rebuild process, bring the players which best suit your style. And you've got to say, every single one of these players in this current Liverpool team, in my opinion at least, are world class, or border on world class at least. Maybe the exception of perhaps, I mean, I don't know, honestly, Joe Gomez, I was going to say him, but he is getting there, he's getting world class, he's young, he's still going to be, with Van Dijk's guidance as well, it's going to be a good player when he's older. Maybe even better than Van Dijk when he actually reaches his prime.
Sorry, what? I was Googling something.
I could tell you what this is, that's fine. But yeah, obviously Andrew Robertson is well involved in that team. They signed him from little old Hull when they got relegated from the Premier League, and now Hull are about to get relegated from Championship. He won for Town. So you look at that, and he's literally come out. He's won the Champions League. He's won the Premier League with them. He's come out in recent days and said how he never wants to leave this club. They've been so good to his family, so good to him as a person. They've just made him feel at home, which around the club there's such unity and togetherness in them right now. And you've got to see why Robertson doesn't want to leave, and why none of these players really want to leave, other than maybe Mane.
Or Salah potentially.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, you look at Andy Robertson's journey. He's exceptional.
Yeah.
From Scottish fourth tier football 7 years ago to winning the Premier League as a first team player.
Yeah.
You've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's the youngest player to ever appear in back-to-back Champions League finals. He's won the Champions League, Super Cup, Club World Cup, and now Premier League.
And how old is he? Like 19?
21.
20. Oh God, I was a bit off that.
21.
21 still though.
An outstanding young player, got potential to be a Liverpool legend. You've got Jordan Henderson. Steven Gerrard came out and said how he couldn't have handed the armband over to a better player.
Yeah.
I mean, Henderson, I can remember in 2015, he nearly left to go to Fulham as a swap deal. and he's stuck. He wanted to cement his place in his Liverpool team. 5 years later, he's a Champions League winner, Club World Cup winner,
He's
Super Cup
basically a
winner,
club
Premier
legend.
League winner.
He's basically a club legend at this point.
Definitely.
If you look at it.
He's won more trophies than Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even players like the players which have basically just come in, like, not really just come in, but Fabinho, when they signed him, he was doing really well at Monaco. He was linked with big moves. So when Liverpool brought him in, you could see the real ambition in the club. But they didn't know if they were going to play alongside Henderson and Wijnaldum or Milner or Naby Keita, for example. But he's come in and he's made that role his own in CDM. Because I think I don't really follow Premier League, but I don't think he had such a great start to his time at Anfield.
No, he wasn't played as much. I don't think it's because he had an amazing start. I think it was just because of the fact that I think they wanted Henderson to play in that role, but then towards like the mid part of that season, back end of the season, they realised Fabinho was a better player in that position, moved Henderson into kind of like a number 8 central midfield role, and he's excelled in that position.
Yeah, he has. And I think the fact that Fabinho's made that role his own and become sort of a key player in this such a good Liverpool team, debatably one of the best, the best team in the world, debatably. You've got to look at the sort of mood around the Liverpool sort of setup right now. How players are willing to fight for their place like that.
I'm trying to find the Liverpool journey, right, from when Klopp took over to now, and I cannot find it anywhere. I think it's on Instagram. I don't have it on here, but anyway, that's irrelevant. So, well, it's not irrelevant, but it is. So we're going to look at some stats from this season.
Yeah.
So this season, Liverpool have how on earth has that come up? Oh, I know why. It's because I'm looking at the wrong thing. So sorry, I didn't look. It's like they scored 483 goals, but they haven't. That's how many shots they've had. They scored 70 goals this season. 483 shots. 186 of those have been on target, and they've created 74 big chances. Well, I mean,
from the shots they're having, and look at the key defence, they've average of 2.77 points per game, which is basically 3 points, which just shows how good they are, I guess.
Well, they've only dropped points in 3 games.
Exactly. So I don't know how many games have been played. I couldn't tell off the top of my head.
31
games out of 38, isn't it?
Yeah.
38, yeah. And if they're going to practically averaging 3 points a game, just under it, it's incredible, to the least.
100%. So obviously now onto the team play. This season, they've made 19,523 passes and 726 crosses, which I guarantee about 720 of those have come from Trent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's an outstanding fullback. He's one of the best, if not the best, right back in the world, in my opinion.
I'd say the best, that's true.
Yeah.
I couldn't name someone who's better than him right now, to say the least.
Defensively, people say he's not the best, but attacking, 100% the best attacking fullback in the world.
He just fits into his role at Liverpool, like him and Robinson. You know that them two can get down the line and cross it, or they can. Well, you might say he can't defend, but he can defend. Don't let me funny.
Yeah.
He's playing in probably one of the best defences in the world right now, and it clearly shows.
Yeah, definitely. So on to defence. They've kept 14 clean sheets this season, 28 yellow cards, 1 red card, which I think was Alisson. They've conceded 21 goals.
I've done what you've done. I've put all the time. I've got 408 clean sheets this season.
Brilliant. No, they've got 21 clean sheets, which it just shows how good their defence is, if I'm honest. 66 saves from Alisson, 466 tackles, 292 interceptions, 501 clearances, and this surprises me. They've made 3 errors which have led to goals.
I couldn't even think of those errors. Not gonna lie.
No, but you'd expect it to be left from such a good and prolific team. 3 errors is actually quite a lot.
I mean, the fact that they've made that many errors that's led to goals, and they've still only lost 1 game this season, it says a lot about their attitude towards games. When they go behind, they can get back into it, which a lot of clubs can't say they can do.
So they scored 5 penalties this season, had 17 free kicks, taken 203 corners, 43 offsides, and they've hit the woodwork 13 times. Now, on to some not brilliant news from Liverpool. So, obviously, we all know that the players had a party, which that's fine. You know, they've all been tested for COVID-19. I think they're all isolated in that same house. Yeah, the video of Jurgen Klopp obviously went viral where he's dancing around early hours in the morning. That was brilliant. But the one not so good thing is 2 nights of partying in Merseyside has led to 10 arrests. Yeah. People not social distancing. You've got litter being strewn about the streets. The library building was set on fire. Is that
the video where they're shooting the flares at it or whatever it is? Yeah.
It was set on. Part of it was set on fire. It's disgraceful.
Yeah, don't get us wrong. We get why we're celebrating. I mean, it's the first title they won in, I think, 30 years. 30 years, yeah. And the fact we get the celebrating because obviously they've got a lot of stick. They do get a lot of stick, but I mean, at the end of the day, they do give it themselves as well. But I think there's also you got to be professional about how you do it. I mean, the Liverpool, this Klopp's you're about to read out. Klopp's come out and said how he's not happy with it or whatever. You need to put your club in a good role, and they're not doing it right now. Which is why so many people have problems with Liverpool fans.
I mean, you could see on videos. I mean, Jamie Carragher went out and was part of it. No one's wearing masks. At the end of the day, we're still in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
So, and then you've got thousands and thousands of Liverpool fans out. No one's social distancing. No one's wearing PPE. All celebrating things, which obviously is understandable why they're celebrating. But as Jurgen Klopp said, which I'm going to read out, when this is all over, they're going to have a party. They're going to celebrate, have an open bus tour, where they're going to obviously celebrate the win in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So this is what Jurgen Klopp said. He's just talking about winning the title, and this was a quote via the Liverpool Echo. The mistake will be to focus only on how many points we lead by, because I can't think of too many games in which we were not focused to fight for every single inch. On so many occasions I walked into the dressing room afterwards amazed and so happy with what I'd just seen, only to find the boys out on their feet because they'd given so much. This is a hard league, and it has been won the hard way, no matter what the table says. When the time is right, we will celebrate. We will enjoy this moment, and we will paint the city red. But for now, please stay home as much as possible.
Yeah, which is fair enough from a manager who obviously he's won stuff with Dortmund, so he's used to winning, so he knows what the celebrations are like. And he knows how big a deal this is to Liverpool fans. He might not be a Liverpool fan himself.
Well, I think he is now.
Yeah, he will be now, but he might not have come from Merseyside. He might not even be English, but at the end of the day, he understands what is needed for the fans. Yeah,
definitely.
Jack pulled the first
now connected to iPhone.
So from the champions of England to the depths of League Two, we're going to be talking about the playoff final, which is happening tonight. Exeter City against Northampton Town in the Sky Bet League Two playoff final. Behind closed doors, of course, at Wembley. Obviously,
Wembley.
Josh is a Huddersfield fan. I'm a Bradford City fan, so I know a bit about League Two. Whereas Josh is sort of the expert on Championship and Premier League. I won't say expert, but
more Premier League.
Yeah,
I would say expert.
But basically, we're going to be talking about this game a little bit. So Northampton vs Exeter, they've played twice this season, and it's been quite close games twice. Exeter beat Northampton 3-2 the first time these two sides met. The Grecians, of course. I finished high in the league for Northampton, so you expected for that to happen. But Northampton did beat them 2-0 on the 22nd of February, right before we went to Newport away. It was actually on the weekend of Newport away. We went to Bradford City versus Newport in Newport, and nobody cares. But yeah, basically that game is kicking off tonight at 7:30. There's nothing really else I could say about it. Have you got a prediction?
Well, I mean, I'm just obviously looking at how they did, because they've been back 2 games now, so I'm just looking at how they did in the semi-finals.
Yeah, semi-finals.
Semi-finals. So obviously, Colchester beat Exeter 1-0 in the first leg, then Exeter come out and smashed them 3-1 at St James's Park.
Yeah, so that's what Exeter Stadium's called. It's not actually Newcastle.
Oh, right.
Exeter's literally the bottom of the country, and Newcastle's right at the top. You could travel there.
Proper confidence, I was like, hey. Okay. So yeah, obviously that is an amazing result from Exeter. But what's even more impressive is obviously in the first leg of Northampton-Cheltenham. Cheltenham beat Northampton 2-0, for then Northampton to come back on the 22nd and beat Cheltenham 3-0. Cheltenham, as Gab pointed out, have the best defence in League 2. I'm just going to have a quick look at the table because no, I don't know anything about League 2.
Also, along with this, whilst yes, Northampton did come back from 3-0 down, they had a shaky start to the season under I forgot his manager's name, Keith Curl, was it? I think it's Keith Curl. They had a really shaky start to the season, they were near the bottom of the table for I think the first 2 months of it before eventually coming out of the shell. Obviously they've risen up the League 2 to get to the actual playoffs, which is a great achievement for them. So they'll come out of this game thinking, even if we don't win it, as bad as it sounds, they've done brilliantly to get to this position, so it's such not a great start. Whereas Exeter, who have, I think they've been in the playoff final in the last 3 years twice, and they've lost it twice. It might be 3 times actually. They've been in it 3 times the last 4 years, and they've lost it 3 times. So they're not a good look under Paul Tisdale, but now they've got a new manager in Matt Taylor, I think it is. So they will be hopeful that this time they'll finally get out of the bad omen and they can actually get a victory and finally reach League One, because But as a Bradford fan, I don't really fancy travelling down to Exeter. I'm not going to lie to you, rather compared to Northampton. It's going to be a very northern league next season as well. So if Exeter do go up, which I want, if I'm being clear, I want Exeter to go up. Then yeah, it's going to be a very northern league to say the least.
So on to some team news. So Exeter hopes to have midfielder Nicky Law available for tonight's Sky Bet League 2 playoff final. He's a minor doubt for the game due to having a tight groin sustained in the semi-final second leg against Colchester. Greason's manager?
Grecians, that's the name for Exeter.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So I genuinely know nothing. So Grecian's manager Matt Taylor admits there are a few sore bodies in his side due to the gruelling nature of the extra time victory in the semi-final. Winger Lee Martin's return to training could be included in tonight's in the City squad after missing Monday's game because of a muscle injury. Was it played last Monday?
Yeah, well, that's Monday.
Right. Yeah, I know nothing.
Jesus.
Northampton both Keith Curl has no fresh selection concerns for the match. He's probably going to stick with the same starting 11, which impressively overturned the 2-0 deficit to come out 3-2 aggregate wingers.
Yeah.
On loan Arsenal midfielder James Olinaka.
I don't know where you're looking. James Olayinka.
Yeah, that one. And forward Harry Smith are among the options, which should the manager opt to make changes. The club announced on Friday afternoon that all players and staff had tested negative for COVID-19 following their penultimate round of testing before the game. I'm not going to read out what the managers have said because that's pointless. Pretty much starts. It's Exeter's third Football League playoff final, losing each of the previous two. In 2016-17, 2-1 against Blackpool, and in 17-18, 3-1 against Coventry. Northampton appearing in their fourth Football League playoff final, the first since 2012-2013, and they lost 3-0 against Bradford. Brilliant. That's why you pointed that one out.
That's what a club we are.
Their only win was in 1996-97 under Ian Atkins, a 1-0 win over Swansea.
That's actually quite a bad record to pass.
It's a shocking record. So, I'm just having a little look at the Sky Sports pundits prediction so I can get some kind of a rough guess. Gab, you go first.
Talking of predictions then, there's on the app FotMob, which is basically a football, they don't sponsor us, I don't know why I'm shouting them out, but basically they do like
If you want to sponsor us, please do.
Yeah, please just get in contact. There's an email in the description you can email, which will be the Benchwarmers email. Basically, they do a thing where you can select which team you think they're going to win, and from that they do a voting, and it's completely even right now. Northampton have got 36%. I'm completely right, it's not even, I read that wrong. Northampton have got 36%. For a draw, it's for it to be 36%, obviously then go to penalties and whatever happens from there. Whereas Exeter have got 26%. So right now it looks like Northampton might be favourites, despite the fact that Exeter were high on the table. Obviously, they didn't have to overcome a 2-0 deficit like Josh said before to Cheltenham Town. They played Colchester, who, in my personal opinion, from watching both Colchester and Cheltenham, Colchester, I just completely spit on my chewing gum. Colchester are a lot better side than Cheltenham, in my personal opinion, to say the least. But yeah, have you got a prediction?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0 Exeter.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards Exeter as well. I think Northampton have got a good team. They have Charlie Good, who of course is centre back for him. He got in the FIFA team of the season, the League 2 team of the season, as well as I did a personal team of the season on my sort of blog, which you can go find. I'll leave a link to that in the description. But yeah, he has been probably one of the best defenders in the league this season, which says quite a lot. And I think right now he hasn't got the players around him for Northampton to actually put up a good defence against the likes of, I'm trying to think who Exeter have, Nicky Jose up top, even Nicky Law, who's a former Bradford player who I think will actually join Bradford next season, because every time Stuart McCall takes over Bradford, Nicky Law joins Bradford. Literally the last 2 times Nicky Law joined him, then McCall went Rangers and Nicky Law joined Rangers. It's like that. So I think if Exeter do go up, Nicky Law will join Bradford, which I kind of want, I'm not going to lie to you. So I'm hopeful Exeter go up, because not only is it too far away, I think we'll get one of their players as well.
Come on, got a prediction.
So I'm going to go for I'm going to go for 1-0 Exeter. I think it'll be a close game to be fair.
So today is Monday the 29th of June. I sound like I'm breaking news. So obviously there has been Premier League fixtures this weekend, but we're not going to go into them. But we are going to predict the rest of the same round fixtures.
It doesn't matter. Keep going.
We're going to predict the same round of fixtures.
Is it?
Starting with tonight's game at 8 o'clock on Amazon Prime. Crystal Palace Burnley. Gabriel.
Oh, sugar, I don't know. Who's playing?
Crystal Palace Burnley.
Palace 10th in the league, Burnley 11th. What a rubbish game. 0-0.
I'm going to agree. We should honestly do like a quick fire rush predictions, shouldn't we?
Yeah, sure. This podcast's been going on way too long, so.
Okay, so Arsenal Norwich. Gab.
Arsenal currently at 9th, whereas Norwich 20th. This is not quick rush. I just realised completely. I'm going to go 2-0 Norwich. Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal. I'm going to go 1-0 Arsenal. I think it'll be an absolute dire game of football because I think Arsenal are absolutely shocking. Bournemouth Newcastle.
3-0 Newcastle.
3-0 Newcastle. No, that's 0-3. I'm going to agree slightly. I'm going to go 1-0 Newcastle, although I think it's going to be amazing. Everton Leicester.
3-0
Please
Everton.
stop.
No. 1-0 Leicester. Shall we move this club, sir?
No, I'm going to go 2-0 Leicester. West Ham Chelsea.
I think it's going to be a tight game. I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea.
I am going to agree. I'm also going to say 2-0 Chelsea. Then we have Sheffield United Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, wow, that's quite a big game. I don't know. I feel like Sheffield United, they bottled it, haven't they, against Arsenal? Well, not bottled it. Lost to Arsenal, lost to Man United in the last week. They will be vying, big word there, to get back into this, get back into their sort of form. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Sheffield United. I can just see them trying something new.
I can't. I can see Tottenham winning 1-0.
That
I
would
really
be-
can't. Chris Wilder should try something new, but honestly, I just can't see him deviating from what's been successful at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
The biggest game of the week is Manchester City Liverpool.
Playing
Manchester.
from iPhone.
Oh my God! It's happening.
What is happening?
So obviously Manchester City will be giving Liverpool the guard of honour. We are hoping to live reaction to this one. We will put some stuff out later on in the week.
Social medias. You can find them in the description of this YouTube video.
So Manchester City, Liverpool. Gab, what are you saying?
I think Liverpool, they're going to be eager to show the world that they are a better team than Man City right now. Obviously, previous champions versus current champions. I think it's going to be 2-0 Liverpool. I think they're going to absolutely whitewash Man City.
I don't. I think between Man City. I honestly think Man City are the better team. I think they will have too much for Liverpool. I really do.
It's a big statement.
And I've missed out a day. We've missed out Tuesday. Brighton, Man U.
I'm going to go 2-0 Man U.
Any reason?
I think the beat like who was it the better in the FA Cup? Was it Norwich? Norwich, perhaps it right. I feel like that was a rubbish game. Not gonna lie, Man United weren't at the best. However, they did beat Sheffield United as well, so I feel like for that they're gonna be in good spirits right now, and I think they will come out with 2-0 victories.
I think they're 3-0 Man U, if I'm honest. I think they will just have far too much for Brighton. I like Brighton as a team, but
I couldn't tell you any Brighton results recently. Obviously, they beat
Arsenal.
Yeah, because
And
the Neil Maupay situation
I
happened.
think they lost as well at the week.
we literally reacted to these.
I can't remember any of the
10
results now.
seconds.
But yeah, Brighton. I feel like right now Man United.
No,
is
they drew
a lot
against
better
Leicester.
team.
They drew against Leicester.
Did they?
They'll
So they beat
not-
Arsenal and no, I'm still going to Man United, but that is some good results there for
Yeah,
Brighton.
no,
to be fair
I
to
think
them.
Man U will win. They've got far too much. As in, if they play the first team, then they'll just have too much for Brighton. That is it for our Premier League predictions. However, don't stop the video. We have FA Cup quarter-final predictions.
Do it.
That is being played. Yes, we do. That is being played in July. However, we might as well get predictions done now, seeing as the league it's been drawn. I definitely just thrown my pencil. So,
Christ.
Chelsea, Manchester United.
It means semi-finals, by the way, and Chelsea.
Is it what does that?
Quarters.
Oh, I meant semi-final, yeah. Chelsea, Manchester United. It needs to be played in July.
Chelsea, Manchester United. I mean, obviously, it's going to change. It might change between now and then because Chelsea might lose every single game until that game now, and then obviously confidence will be low. However, going off right now, I feel like Man United. Obviously, they've got the whole thing about how Solskjaer is good, better than Lampard. Jack, please stop that. Solskjaer always is better than Lampard, and Lampard gets a bit trolled on Twitter. I've seen by Manchester United fans. I'm going to go to Manchester United.
Are you? I'm not going to go to. Hold on.
Is it two legs?
No, single leg. I am going to say I think Chelsea are going to win this. If I'm honest, I think Chelsea are going to win it 1-0. Why are you just talking to us? Mate? I think it's going to be 1-0 Chelsea. I think we'll just have too much for Man U. Obviously, things can change, but I do believe Chelsea are the better team.
It also obviously depends on injuries between now and then, suspensions. Yeah.
Definitely. So the final FA Cup semi-final fixture is Arsenal Man City.
I think there's only one way this can go. I mean, Arsenal win.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Man City win. Obviously, the what is it? Is it the Prodigy versus the. Anyway, it's Guardiola versus Arteta. Whatever
The
the.
apprentice versus the master.
Yeah, it might be that. I don't know. But I think Guardiola's just so much. He's right now. Arteta, I think in the future will be a brilliant manager because he's worked with one of the best managers in the world, Guardiola. He's got a good style of football. However, this current Arsenal team just don't impress me. I'm not gonna lie. Compared to obviously Man City, who you think will be at Liverpool, so they clearly got something about them. And I think right now it'll be a 2-0 victory to Man City for me.
I'm going to give more than that. I think it'll be 4-0 Man City.
Christ.
I think they're going to absolutely destroy Arsenal.
This isn't a game Arsenal fans should look forward to like the usual FA Cup semi-final. I think this is on the one way it's going to go.
Yeah. So, but based upon that, we both predicted the final then, haven't we? So we've got Chelsea
It's Manchester City.
versus Man City. That is what I think it'll be. And you said Man U versus Man City.
What?
You said Man U versus
okay,
Man
alright,
City.
alright.
So, you think Man U versus Man City. What
Yeah.
do you think? Who do you think is going to win it then?
We're going very far ahead here.
We're going to predict the whole FA Cup.
I think out of the 4 teams in it right now, the team which are definitely going to win it is Man City.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, whether they're playing Chelsea or Man United, Man City right now are at a level above both those teams. Chelsea and Man United, Chelsea next season will be absolutely fantastic with the players they're bringing in. Man United maybe not so much, depending if they can bring in, I don't know, Sancho or some world-class talent. But right now, I think Man City are the better team out of the 4 teams in there, and I think they'll win it. Yeah, we don't know. So.
What score?
Oh God, I'm gonna go over 2-0 Man City. I don't think Man United are gonna be able to outclass Man City.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I predicted Chelsea Man City, in which case I'm going to go for 2-1 after extra time.
Why after it's time?
Because I believe it'll be 1-1, and then I think Man City will win it in extra time.
I think it will go the whole way because I rate Chelsea under Frank Lampard. I think they're a brilliant team, but I can't altogether. Man City will just have too much, but I can see it going to extra time.
But yeah, that is going to bring this week's episode of the Benchwarmers podcast to a close. As usual, I'd like to thank my co-host Josh for joining me.
It's been good again, Gab, as always.
Yeah, and also I'd like to obviously thank cameraman Jack.
Cheers, boys.
That's right, mate, don't you worry about it. We're hoping to get a few more guests on pretty soon, so look forward to that. There'll obviously be announcements on social media regarding what we're doing with that, as well as if we're going to be doing this live reaction to, who is it?
Liverpool,
Man City. But yeah, remember to like and subscribe for more podcast episodes. Check out the last ones you've had.
Follow our Twitter.
Follow our Twitter, please. It's got 9 followers. There'll be a link in the description, just please. All right. Yeah, hope you all enjoyed. We'll see you next week.